Hey, this is Travis Wright from SCSM. Today I just want to give you a quick idea of a good way to set up a test environment from your production environment so that you have the same set of data, the same management packs, the same user role configuration, the same domain, the same everything. So you get a better test environment for testing things before you roll them into production. And this is the approach that we've actually taken for our own production support environment where we're providing our customers support using the SCSM support portal sitting on top of Service Manager. So this is a diagram of how things currently look in our production environment. We have a SQL server, and on that server we have the Service Manager database. And then we have three management servers, Management Server 1, Management Server 2, and a dedicated Workflow Management Server. And so all of these management servers exist in this Service Manager database. To set up our test environment, we added an additional management server. So we'll call this Management Server 3. And when we installed this management server, we pointed it at the Production Service Manager database. So now the Service Manager database has Management Server 3 in it. And this management server now has all the encryption keys necessary in order to be able to communicate with this database. Then we took a database backup of this database and we installed a new SQL server, SQL 2, let's call it, and we restored this database over here. So we'll call this SM2. And so SM2 knows about Management Server 1, Management Server 2, Workflow 1, and Management Server 3. Then we went into the registry on Management Server 3 and told it to, instead of communicating with this database, to communicate with this database on this SQL server. At this point, we now have a completely separate management group from our production management group. And this is what we call our staging environment. There were a couple other things we had to do when we made this migration. One was we had to promote this workflow, or this management server, to be a workflow server. And we had to make sure that we copied all of the workflow binaries from the workflow server over to the management server. So basically just copy all the contents of the Service Manager installation directory from Workflow 1 to Management Server 3. And at that point, we now have a completely separate environment from our production environment. It happens to be in the same domain, it happens to have the same user role configuration, the same set of data, and so on. And from that point forward, we can periodically refresh this environment by making a backup of this database, copying over to here, and restoring. So with that approach, we have a much better quality test environment because it more closely mirrors our production environment. Thanks for watching.